Cool. That's
And we are recording for
yay.
doing live improv.
Yay.
And the main trouble about live improv is that I can now see myself.
See, I told you.
Yeah,
It,
well, and today it's with Charlotte Brown.
mm-hmm. Yeah.
A few words.
I'm in Florida right now. And yeah, I'm just excited to get to play with you today.
Yeah, and I'm in Denmark.
Yeah.
So let's see. You'll start with a solo.
Sure.
Sure.
Are we gonna get is there a
Suggestion.
suggestion or just start from?
Yes, you can choose between a location, a relationship, or a word.
Ooh, I'm gonna go with location.
Location.
Yeah.
A fancy restaurant.
Ooh, fancy
Fancy restaurant.
restaurant.
Oh, will the dish be ready? It's taking too long. Should I have a bit more? Will it be tender? Oh, the freezing of the ice cream. Will it be cool enough? Will it have the right temperature for the perfect crystals? And number 17 for table 12.
Yes. The ice cream will be right up.
Great.
Here we go.
Thank you. Compliment from the table 12.
Thank God. I was so worried.
Oh, you look exhausted. It's been a brilliant day out there. I mean, everyone is happy. Everyone just excited.
Well, it's been a super busy day.
Yeah, I'm just full geared up. I mean, this is brilliant.
Yeah. I, I tried something new. I made the ice cream base out of eggnog today.
Oh, so what I just gave them was not cream. It was.
Yeah. It was custard.
Do you know who that is?
Yeah.
I just recognize him now.
Yeah. It's Francois, the food critic.
Yes, a Michelin. Is he the one who signs up for Michelin stars?
Yeah. Or at least that's the rumor I've heard. This Alexander, this is gonna change everything.
Oh, Caroline, whoa. I was already happy, and now I'm just. This is beautiful.
Yeah. All
Oh,
this hard work it's gonna finally pay off.
yeah,
Oh, there's another ticket for table 14. I'm gonna go get the next bowl of ice cream.
yeah. Oh, this is a Michelin star. Me being the head waiter of a Michelin star. That's
Here you go.
yeah.
Order up.
Table 15,
14.
14.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Yeah. As the head chef, I never thought this day was gonna come. But all the hard work is starting to pay off. Even though I've been working in this restaurant for 60 hours a week for years on end, it finally feels like there's a light at the end of the tunnel.
I got all confused. I tripped over and I kipped a glass of red wine.
Oh no. It's okay. There's plenty more red wine, Alexander. Wait.
Yeah, but it was in the lab of Lady Guina.
Yeah, yeah. Uh, you
She
know,
was wearing her white dress. So,
okay.
do you have a soda? A soda with
Yeah,
sparkle,
yeah.
maybe?
Yeah, I have some ginger ale.
Oh,
Oh,
yeah, beautiful, beautiful. I'll try to fix it.
yeah, you got this. You got this.
Yeah,
It's okay.
yeah.
Oh, man. Oh, I don't know what I'm gonna do about Alexander. He's so clumsy sometimes. Mm.
I think I saved it. It.
Yeah. I had complete faith that you would be able to sort it out.
Oh, thank you, thank you.
You're, you know, I've been head chef and you've been waiter at this restaurant for 10 years.
Yeah.
And I can't tell you how grateful I am that you've been able to be there alongside me and save so many issues,
Oh,
because you're the face of the restaurant.
I get to introduce these fabulous dishes. Oh, I mean the deer that you made with the camembert sauce was brilliant, and everybody loves it.
Yeah.
You really deserve a Michelin star.
Well, I couldn't do it without you, Alexander. Like I said, you're the face of the company,
You're,
and
you're
your
too
your warmth,
modest.
your warmth brings the people in. Because if it weren't for you, where would I be? I'd just be back here in the kitchen by myself.
Oh, you can. Oh, they're calling. They're calling.
Okay. Oh, there's another order up.
I just the thought about the Michelin stars.
Here's the prime rib for table 2.
Table 2. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes. Yes. Um, you wanted the mushroom sauce for it?
Oh, yeah. Sorry, I'm so distracted today. I'll be right back.
Oh, mistakes. Mistakes in our fabulous restaurant. What? She's becoming tired. Maybe she's worn out. She needs a helper. She needs a real helper to establish the reality of these marvelous dishes. Maybe she'll break. Then what will happen with me? Will I be? Then I'll be gone. Then I'll be out on the street. I'm nothing without Caroline.
Okay, here's the mushroom sauce.
Oh, thank you. Yeah. I think everything is quiet now.
Wow,
You look you look
what a lunch rush that was.
yeah, you look tired. This honestly, I'm afraid that it can wear you out. You've been tired the last week,
Yeah,
and, and I've
Ale-
been noticing that the bottle of sherry is a bit empty.
yeah. If I could I look, Alexander, I don't know how to say this, but I don't know how much longer I can continue to do this. The grind of the restaurant is just like you said, it's wearing me down. But I you see me cook all the recipes. Like you're capable. I think that you could take over.
Me?
Yeah.
What? No, me. That would be. Now, this is a crazy idea because I think if you went out to the customers, I mean, they give me so much energy, then you'll be filled
Look,
with energy.
look. I I am even more clumsy than you, Alexander. I don't think I belong out on the floor.
But it's a forgiving audience. Sorry, I call them audience. They are an
Yeah.
audience to a performance. And oh, I think Francois is waving. I think he wants to speak to you.
Oh. Uh, okay. Let me just splash some water on my face, and I'll go out and talk to him.
This is like everything can go up and be perfect, beautiful with a ready-made recipe, or we can break down and become nothing. This is like a high tower we've built. I'm just afraid it will tumble. Caroline?
It's it's such good news. I'm speechless. He wants to give us a Michelin star. Well, I mean more specifically me, but I feel like I feel like you're the reason, Alexander. I
You
just
you are the base of this place. I think the guests, yeah. Jenny is about to close up. The last guests are on the way out. You can we can celebrate.
yeah. I would love nothing more to celebrate with you.
Still don't know if there's going to be a fancy restaurant tomorrow.
I I don't know either, but I feel like with you we can figure anything out together.
Thanks. And scene.
That was so fun.
Oh, yeah. Interesting stuff. I loved the long you just walked around and in the beginning. Maybe
Yeah.
I had you fry a bit too long, but
No, I liked it
yeah.
because I really enjoy it because it's not something that particularly is a style that's done in the States of like that slow burn, like
Mm,
silent scene. So I love it when I get to do it because it's so chill and it's so refreshing because it's like I've been doing a lot of like acting for improvising like
mm,
classes and stuff. And so it's just nice to know that like even every like micro expression is an offer. So you don't have to feel the pressure to be like, I have to say something funny and like it's
yeah.
super nice. Um so I love that. That was so fun.
Yeah, because I was okay. Are you going to say something? Who are you? And turn
Yeah.
on the block.
Like
Okay, what is she watching? Maybe the oven. Maybe yeah.
yeah, it was interesting because I loved when you did the voiceover stuff because originally when I like my intention with the like scene was that like I was someone waiting for like someone to come like as like a date that never showed up. So I really
Ah,
liked that when and so it's cool because like obviously that's the point of improv of like I have an idea and an intention, but there's no
mm,
way because you're not a psychic that you would ever know that. And so it was really fun when you endowed the ice cream, and like I
yeah,
really loved that. And I'm glad that we kind of got to weave that into the rest of the
oh,
set.
yeah. Oh, you were going for guests at the restaurant.
Yeah, yeah, but it was still
That's,
fun working the
yeah,
other way.
yeah, yeah. That's just interesting because the pieces built.
Yeah,
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 interesting stuff.
so fun.
Yeah,
Yeah,
because yeah, doing this format when you're waiting outside and wondering what to join in as, you get to put the pieces that hasn't really been established or
yeah,
confirm them, and
yeah,
sometimes you wonder, oh, I'll join in at this, and then in the last minute you switch to something else anyway. So it's
yeah. No, it's really fun.
yeah, yeah, great and great tension.
Yeah,
I tried to do the opposite energy wise, and
yeah. No, it was fun.
yeah.
I really enjoyed that.
So what do you do acting improv or what was that?
Oh, I've just been because like my experience with improv was that I got into improv through improv. Like I don't have a acting background
Oh,
outside of like improv. So this year particularly, because there's so many great classes online, I've
mm,
really been trying to take classes that focus more on acting alongside with improv.
okay.
Um, because that's something that I really felt I needed to get to like the next level in my improv like
Mm,
journey is that acting background. And that's why I really have been loving online improv because I've just noticed that a lot of improvisers from outside of the states have like they're like, "Oh, I pursued acting in college, or
Oh,
like
oh.
they have a lot more acting background. And so it's really interesting to see like the two different
Mm,
kind of
yeah.
perspectives and approach to improv.
Mm. Well, I don't have an acting background, so I don't know. It's
Yeah.
probably it's more the being in the moment with another person and building this reality.
Yeah.
And so for me, I actually have found out with the Zoom improv that I don't necessarily need an audience. And when I was on stage, I actually didn't notice them.
That's that's
Like,
really Yeah, that's really interesting because my bad habit when I first started out that I had to like get over was like literally making like direct eye contact with my teacher of like being like, "Oh, wink wink, are you enjoying this right now, this scene?" And so being on Zoom has really forced me to not worry about what people are like, cuz obviously to a certain extent like improv is performative, so you are
yeah,
doing it
yeah.
for the audience. But when I first started, I was so worried about like because I'm a people pleaser, like being
Mm,
like
okay, yeah.
super like oh, is the audience like laughing? Am I? And then
Mm,
if there was like awkward silence, well, not even awkward silence. If there was any silence and no one was reacting, I was like, oh my goodness, I'm doing terrible. This is trash. And then I really, when I started like really getting into doing long form improv and like doing more dramatic improv, that
mm,
really ingrained into me that like even if you're not immediately getting laughs, you're building the tension and the
mm,
little building blocks to eventually get the laughs later on. So it's not as catastrophic if you're
no,
not getting laughs immediately. You're building towards that.
mm. Or did you get anything to not focus on the laughs? I mean, some might find a way not to be
Oh,
too dependent
yeah,
on the reactions.
I think it was just really important for me to just get reps in and
Okay.
be and take classes where that wasn't the focus.
Mm,
Because when I first started taking improv classes, all my classes were short form based and
okay.
very much in the vein of like immediately be funny, and like they would say in class like, hey, like the point of this is like you don't have to try. But I don't know, with short form it didn't really resonate when I first started doing improv because I was so socially anxious,
Mm,
and even though a lot of it was just internal pressure I was putting on myself to be funny, it still feels like with short form it's like, oh, you know, this scene is only 2 minutes. It feels like way
mm.
more high pressure because like if you're doing a long form set like what we just did,
Yeah,
like
I
especially
think.
like at the top we didn't really know like I I the only thing I knew going into that was like I was someone waiting for someone who was late and who may
Mm,
or may not show up. And so it's like and because of the suggestion we knew that we were probably in some sort of fancy restaurant,
yeah,
although it wasn't
yeah.
100% laid out. And so it's just like I love long form because you don't immediately like it feels more chill and like there's more time to explore. And for me, I really struggle with character work. And so like I like short form you immediately have to pop into a
Okay,
character
yeah,
and then
yeah.
like
Mm,
it's just like go go go, whereas like with long form you have more time to expand and explore, and
yeah.
I really
And
enjoy that.
and basically the beauty is here because even though you had envisioned a character for yourself, I changed it.
Yeah,
And yeah, for me the beauty is that then we are playing together and we can change the reality uh, from this to this, because if it hasn't been set actually, then we can still twist the reality a bit, and
yeah,
we'll say, okay, yeah, let's go that
yeah.
way. And
That's
that's for me the beauty as well. So
Yeah, I love that now. When I first started doing improv, I would get
mm,
so annoyed because I'd be like, "Oh man, I had this idea in my head that there is literally no way my scene partner couldn't have known, and they just ruined my idea." And so
I
I
think that's a step everybody goes through.
yeah,
It's basically, yeah, just if you do like a one word story with people, they will have an idea and try to pull it by force in that direction, and everyone will just. Yeah, I think that's an interesting step in the whole improv
Yeah.
uh,
Yeah. Second only
journey.
to when I first started doing improv, I had a really hard, like, I just wouldn't react. And, like, a
Mm.
lot of my teachers would be like, like, react, like, have some sort of emotion. And then, so the easiest emotion for me to access was just screaming at every single scene partner I had and just being angry
Oh,
and being like, I'm gonna fight
yeah,
you. And it was,
yeah.
like, looking back, it was such trash. And it was so funny. Like, now it's funny, but like back then, I'm like surprised that anyone wanted to do improv in my class with me.
Yeah. Well, yeah, it's an interesting journey. Well, I'm Scandinavian, so my happy face is this, and my angry face is this. So it's but yeah, and depending on what the scene is,
Yeah,
it
yeah,
works.
yeah,
So by nature, I'm not an expressive person as well. So but yeah, you put in some small uh, things to try to make it appear you have a reaction.
yeah, yeah. It's just really funny looking back, like, about that and like thinking about that to
Mm,
now, where I've taken some classes that were just focusing on like character work and like more acting stuff, where it's like having
mm,
that believable emotion when you're in a character, which I think is really interesting, because obviously like with scripted work you have time to develop that. So I think it's really interesting from like an improv standpoint, where you
mm,
immediately have to kind of find that, be able to find that emotional resonance for whatever you're feeling. And it's interesting because it's been quite hard for me to kind of figure that out.
mm. Well,
But
it's also what style you're playing, because well, I played with a few on these, and you have this like acting that creates acting characters, and you have other people, they are mainly themselves in the scene. And yes, so some I know they say basically, well, the style of improv they do is be yourself, and don't ever say something you would not agree on in real life. So it for them, they basically say, well, improv is me being myself, just in this strange situation. And so, and in that, I think they say, because then your our facial expression will also be real if we
yeah,
can imagine being in this situation.
yeah,
And
that's
that's then the strong task, to imagine you are in this
yeah, yeah, that's
situation.
interesting. Yeah,
Yeah.
that's really cool.
Well, let's say goodbye to the recording.